victory this morning, Jonathan, was under the control of Muammar Gaddafi, but we followed a large contingent of NTC fighters into this area, and basically they entered all these towns, about 6 or 7 of them, to a very warm welcome. People by the side of the road cheering, clapping, shaking the hands of the fighters. We did see a small number, I'd say maybe 20% of the population, basically just watching and glaring at the fighters. For the most part, people very happy, and so far the only gunfire we've heard today has been the usual celebratory gunfire. There's been no fighting, no combat whatsoever as they've taken these towns. And this is really almost one of the first examples I've seen in Libya of basically a peaceful transfer of power from Gaddafi to the new rulers of Libya. Now we're pulling into a town right ahead of us. We've got a few cars in front of us, the fighters, and as you can see, there's no gunfire, no violence to speak of here. So it doesn't seem, at least in this area, which isn't, they haven't reached the city of Sabha itself, where they do anticipate a certain amount of resistance. Rebel commanders, Jonathan, telling us that they believe many of the fighters from Beni Walid and Sirte have come to Sabha. Okay, I'm just gonna let you absorb this scene here. People celebrating, fighters shooting their guns in the air. This building that you see with the green top and the green walls, this was clearly one of the offices of the Gaddafi regime. It's been a bit shot up. That explains why they're here. There's paper all over the road, so I'd say the building has been ransacked by the people here. And of course, Jonathan, here you see local inhabitants cheering along with the fighters. That gesture speaks for itself. You're saying Fashnoum, which is in Tripoli, that's where many of these fighters come from. There they are, stamping on the old flag of the Gaddafi regime. Okay, that needs no translation. So there you have it, Jonathan. One town fallen relatively peacefully to the opposition fighters. You still hearing me?
We still are, and I want to remind our viewers, we're hearing live and seeing live pictures from a remote corner of Libya. I think that's the first time I've seen you reporting live from a moving vehicle, Ben, as you make your way across the country and from one newly liberated town to another, an extraordinary bit of reporting, because we're literally seeing it unfold before our eyes. And to make this point again, you say they didn't have to fight for this town, it simply fell into the new government's hands?
That is correct. These were towns we were told that were sympathetic in any event to the revolution, and therefore through contacts they made, they somehow arranged for this to happen. It appears that the loyalist forces, Jonathan, are probably going to be concentrated in the city of Sub, where many members of the Gaddafi tribe, that's the tribe of Muammar Gaddafi, are based.
What I was also struck by is on the approach to the town, you get a sense of just how remote some of these communities are. You were literally driving through empty desert. Is that the progress you and the new government's forces are making, pushing through the desert to town after town?
Today, this is the case, but we, just the day before yesterday, we entered a town where we came under some intense fire, and there have been big gunfights in the process of this. So it hasn't been all smooth sailing for these troops who have come down from Tripoli and other parts of Libya, and there's no guarantee that it's going to be smooth sailing from here. This is, I mean, for these men, it's a good day, but it's not always going to be like this, Jonathan.